All right, mentors, thank you for making it here. And mentorship is a very special thing. It comes from translation of, go ahead and, I want everyone to mute themselves except for Leo.
Por favor, todo mundo coloca no mute para que o Alex possa se comunicar. Obrigado.
Obrigado, thank you. So I want to bring you up to date on where we are with Marketing Carnival. So
Quero
I
atualizar
started,
todos vocês com o que está acontecendo com o Marketing Carnival.
I started in last year, in February, in Amsterdam, and I gave the idea to Leandro.
Eu comecei essa ideia no ano passado, em fevereiro, em Amsterdã, e ele deu a ideia para o Leandro.
And the reason I'm recording this session is so that Leandro and the ES team can review it so that they know that I'm not doing anything behind their back.
E a razão que ele está gravando essa sessão é porque não só o Leandro, mas o time da ES, as pessoas da ES, possam saber que ele não está fazendo nada pelas costas de ninguém.
I've already spoken to the managers, and so that was the first step, and I'm very clear on the direction we're going with them. And now this session is for you, so you know the direction to go and the decision for you to make.
E ele já falou com todos os gestores, que são os managers do programa, para que eles possam saber qual direção todos nós estamos indo dentro do programa. E agora ele está fazendo essa sessão com todos os mentores, para que também vocês todos saibam para onde estamos indo.
As an American and being from a first world nation, the most important thing to me as a business person is to get paid and to get paid on time.
Sendo um americano e morando numa nação de primeiro mundo, a coisa mais importante para mim é que as pessoas recebam e que recebam pontualmente os seus recebíveis de direito.
My responsibility with Marketing Carnival was to enroll the students and then to develop the leadership to enroll even more students as the months moved onward.
A responsabilidade dele inicial com o Marketing Carnaval era engajar os membros e depois continuar engajando novos membros para que eles possam continuar mensalmente e depois anualmente com o programa.
Sadly, that didn't happen. And instead of getting people paid on time and having the right platform, neither one of those things happened.
Então, tristemente, isso não aconteceu. Então, em vez de ter a plataforma de afiliação pronta e começar a engajar os membros, nós não tivemos isso acontecendo.
Rather than placing blame on what is responsible for this, I've chosen to take Marketing Carnival over and to promote it through my company instead of ES.
Então, em vez de ficar culpando e justificando por que isso não estava acontecendo com qualquer pessoa, ele decidiu trazer isso para dentro da companhia dele e começar uma promoção deste produto, que é o Marketing Carnival.
I have already met with Leandro, and I've told him of my intentions. And many times, business and friendship does not mix, so we're no longer business partners, and I will not be coming to GBI Brasil this year.
Então, ele já conversou com o Leandro e muitas vezes amigos e negócios não dão certo e ele já não é mais agora parceiro de negócios do Leandro e ele não estará vindo aqui para o Brasil a aplicar o GBI em julho ou ao longo desse ano.
Even though it's not my responsibility, I take on the commitment to making sure that all of you are paid what you think that you are owed from ES. I will be paying you directly because I don't have confidence that you will get paid from ES in the future.
E mesmo que não seja a responsabilidade dele inicialmente de efetuar o pagamento de vocês, ele irá fazer isso e irá se comunicar e se conectar com cada um de vocês. E ele também não acredita, mesmo que vocês tenham um valor aberto ou que vocês acreditam que vocês devam receber, que a ES vai pagar dentro dos próximos dias ou semanas.
I thank you for your service, and the first order of business is to express to Leo Fernandez, who's translating, how much you believe you're owed, and I will pay you in money or in exchange for training. The training will be worth 3 times the amount of money. It'll be your choice. I prefer the money because it's much cleaner.
Ele agradece todos por os serviços prestados e a primeira atividade ou a primeira prioridade que cada um de vocês possuem é se conectar comigo para que a gente possa alinhar o que vocês têm em aberto, como nós já temos boa parte disso alinhado, e você escolher e definir se você quer receber isso em valor, em pagamento ou em treinamento. E caso ele prefere que você receba isso em valor, porque para ele é muito mais claro e alinhado.
Even though I won't be coming to Brazil for GBI, I want to launch and sell Marketing Carnival Brazil in March, because we'll be ready by then. And I want you to continue mentoring so you can get paid and we can build it out as expected.
E mesmo que ele não estará vindo para o Brasil para fazer o GBI, ele quer organizar tudo e quer que vocês continuem dentro do programa para que ele possa efetuar um lançamento em março e possamos trazer cada vez mais pessoas para o programa.
I don't know which one of you will want to continue to mentor, but either way, if you want to continue or not, I will pay you or give you value in my own training, because I want to make sure that we complete our business together and you are happy.
Ele não sabe quais de vocês vão continuar dentro do programa, mas de qualquer forma ele vai pagar o que é devido para cada um de vocês, e dessa forma todos permanecem alinhados e felizes.
It has been very difficult for me to interact with the Marketing Carnival program, because I have a friend who runs a company, but the company is not effective in paying their team and in building the fulfillment of the process of the sales made.
É muito desafiador para ele passar por esse processo, porque ele tem uma conexão com o Leandro, e por mais que isso foi vendido para várias pessoas no Brasil, dentro do Marketing Carnival, não foi entregue, não foi completa a oferta de entrega do que foi prometido.
This may not sound relevant or may even be controversial if you receive it that way, but I believe that you have the right government and the right leadership now. And I think corruption is moving away from Brazil, and you're going to have a capitalistic population, and it's going to be very advantageous to you to have Marketing Carnival working.
Talvez isso não seja relevante ou talvez importante para algum de vocês, mas ele acredita que o Brasil agora tem uma liderança muito mais consistente e a corrupção está saindo do país, e isso vai facilitar muito as coisas para que o capitalismo tenha a sua posição e os negócios e as famílias, as pessoas possam crescer.
Nothing is worse than working hard and not getting paid for what you're worth.
Nada é pior do que trabalhar duro e não receber por aquilo que você trabalhou e merece receber.
So regardless of your personal feelings of the current government, there is a chance in building your personal wealth more now. And I'm going to make sure that I'll do whatever I can virtually to build out Marketing Carnival so that there is a joint venture platform where you can make even more money.
Então, independente dos seus sentimentos em relação ao governo atual no país, existe uma oportunidade muito grande de alavancar e crescer a sua riqueza, e ele vai apoiar o Brasil e todos nisso virtualmente através desse programa.
Because everything is translated in Portuguese, everything takes more time, so that's why it requires patience, but our goal is to have 1 year's worth of content and have all the joint venture promotions ready by mid to the end of March.
Então, é um grande desafio administrar todas as expectativas que o programa traz. O trabalho principal é ter aí e completar a promessa de 1 ano de conteúdo dentro da plataforma e agora se mover para o programa de Joint Venture em ordem de tornar esse programa um sucesso.
If you don't want to continue with Marketing Carnaval, I do not judge you for that, but I do want to get you paid for what you think you were owed, and then we can move on. For those who do want to move on and work with us, then we will have consistent meetings, and it will just be me instead of Leandro and me.
Então, se você não quer continuar com o programa, ele não vai julgar você, mas de qualquer forma ele quer que você receba e ele vai te pagar pelos serviços que você prestou. Ele vai ter uma forma com uma condução diferente do programa a partir de então. As reuniões que iriam ser ele e o Leandro vão ser somente ele, para que possa continuar a entrega.
Thank you for your patience for waiting for me. I was at a Thai restaurant and they were very slow in giving my food. So I got there in plenty of time, but I was very upset with their service.
Obrigado por vocês esperarem por mim. Eu estava num restaurante tailandês, que eles são muito lentos com a entrega da comida, e eu fiquei triste com eles, mas estou aqui agora.
They gave me free food for the insult, and I wish I could share it with all of you, because it's quite good.
Deram comida de graça para ele por causa da demora e sintam-se dividindo essa comida com ele agora por esperarem também.
It's very important to me for me to start on time and to end on time because that's how I become predictable and trustworthy. So I do apologize for being 18 minutes late, which is a lot of time for you to wait. So thank you again, and I'll go straight to questions when you're ready.
Muito obrigado por vocês esperarem. Para mim é muito importante começar no horário e terminar no horário. Dessa forma eu me torno previsível para todos aqueles que trabalham comigo e estou aberto a perguntas e respostas quando vocês estiverem prontos.
You can raise your hand if you have a question, and Leo will handle the question and ask me.
Você pode levantar sua mão se tiver pergunta e faz sua pergunta em português para mim, que aí a gente passa para o Alex.
Ask it in Portuguese so that way Leo will translate and I'll give it in English.
Can I do a little bit better, Alex? Everyone here speaks English. They can ask in Portuguese and they can ask in English.
Okay, sure.
So go ahead, André, your turn. Então, o André vai fazer a sua pergunta. Por favor, faça.
Everyone here thinks they speak English.
Yes.
Alex, I think at this point the past is not so important, but we have to move on. And I'd like to know, just to have clarity about this session with you, when they will start. And about the content, I think we need to talk a little just to do this movement to clarify things and to make sure that we will deliver the bonuses and everything people want to. I think at this point they want to know if they will have everything they heard from the stage. So I think, in my opinion, at this point we need to just to clarify the community, to take them a little bit calmer and to say them, oh, this will happen from now, and you can expect that you have everything you paid for.
Okay. First thing, the only people who have not gotten what they paid for are the people who paid in advance. There are people who stopped paying on a monthly basis, and for them I have less patience because they're out of integrity. No problem, they have every right to stop paying and we'll invite them back, but we're working on about 50% of the community who have prepaid. So that's the first step in this process, because I'm going to treat a third world in the first world way. Do I need to have that translated, Leo, or is everyone okay with that?
It's okay.
Good? Okay, very good. I love you guys, man. All right. You have no idea how much I love you. Okay, yeah. Veronica, question.
Antes de você perguntar, Vê, deixa eu te interromper rapidinho. Tem alguém aqui que não entendeu a resposta que ele passou agora? Por favor, levanta a mão que eu sou mais do que feliz do que para traduzir. Ok, não? Go ahead, Veronica. Thank you.
Alex, good morning. Thanks for being here with us. I think it would be a good idea if you could record a video talking directly to the members because they have been expecting something from you for quite a long time. And maybe the people that you were talking about, I mean, with the lack of integrity because they stopped paying, I don't know, but it could be that they didn't get what they were expecting. I mean, the sessions with you and Leandro suddenly stopped and they didn't have what they were promised. So maybe they stopped paying because of that. So if you could record a video, perhaps talking directly to the community, telling them that we are re-engaging and restarting everything over. So maybe we could also bring these people back.
Okay. So Veronica and the rest of you, please understand that all of you have not gone through as many of these as I have. This is not the first time I've had a partner who hasn't fulfilled their expectations. I have fulfilled everything I promised. ES has not. So let me be crystal clear about that. If all of you understand that, then I will continue. Now, let me see if all of you understand that. If you understand that ES is out of integrity and not me, raise your hand. Thank you. Okay. Now, that's not assigning blame to ES, but I cannot control my partner who said they would do what they're supposed to do, such as pay you, such as organize the times when we're going to be on the calls. Now, you're giving me strategy, Veronica, and I'm not at strategy yet. I'm first getting a pulse of the mentors who is telling me I'm full of shit and who doesn't want to deal with me anymore because they're upset Brazilian style, because I know you guys for 3 years, or who wants to continue with me. Now, if you want to continue with me, those are the people I'm going to work with, and I'm going to pay with the people. I'm going to pay the people who think I'm full of shit and don't want to work with me anymore anyway. So I want to get both groups paid, but I want to see what I have. So that's the purpose of this conversation. Now, when it gets to the students, you have put your reputation on the line, and I've hurt my reputation through other parties, in this case, ES, and not just Leandro, but other people within the ES community. And I have had no control over that because I know my conversations, and if anyone knows in here, mostly Leo Fernandez knows the conversations I've had about having the JV program and the platform, having the content platform, and none of those things worked because we did it a way that was not the American way. So I'm taking back control, and there are many students who are going to think I'm full of crap and full of shit and not going to believe me. They're going to think that I've taken advantage of them, which is, okay, fine, no problem. So we need a strategic plan, and the plan I have in mind is to give them a few months for free, because it hasn't been that long, for them to see the marketing carnival under Alex's direction and the way it should be done. Mostly, I want you to see it, all of you, because this is the way I'm used to it. I gave up fulfillment to another organization who didn't follow through, and it happens. It's not the first time that it happened. It's not going to be the last time, but I've been through a few of these. So I know the students are very, very important to relate to them, whether it's a webinar that's live or it's a video. I'm going to give them more than they ever expected. And even when I do, many of them are going not to believe me. So be prepared for that. I just want you to make your decision, because I started with the managers. Now I'm going to the mentors. And after we hang up, you may think I'm full of shit. I don't know how you think about me. Okay. But the goal is for me to see who I have, so I know what I'm working with. And this is not a favor. This is business. Then I go to the students. So in the ideal scenario is the first thing is I'm going to do a webinar and have a conversation with all of the students without minimizing or diminishing or reducing, or worst of all for Brazil, embarrassing Leandro and ES. That's my first goal, which is very difficult to do based on the way I've been treated for 3 years, not just one. Okay, so that's the first thing. Some of you already know. I know Andre knows, I know Leo knows. So year one was not fun for me. So the next step is, once we find out which students are on board, then we're going to make them an offer. And most likely it's going to be, we're going to give you 3 months free. And we're going to give you the JV program that's already going to be in place. We'll have over 1 year's worth of content, thanks to Andre, who knows my content, maybe as well as Leo, if not better, probably better, because he's translated it. And then, since I control the platform, the only issue is going to be translating it and making sure we have a reasonably priced translator. Because what happens with an American is, you look at me like, ooh, he's wealthy. Let me charge him more money. I'm in Brazil. I'm not going to charge him what I would charge a Brazilian. I'm going to charge Alex more. I know this. I've done it for 3 years. So I don't appreciate that. And so once I find the right translator, that person will be with me for life. So that's another issue I have to focus on. Right now, I'm just looking at who's on board with the mentors. And the reason for that is because I don't know how you feel. Right? I could not reach out to you because you were not my property. You were not my direct communication. You were the property of ES because they were paying you. You have now become my property, not in a way of insulting you, but now I have control and I'm taking it over. And I've had that discussion with Leandro so he doesn't find out through other sources. I'm not coming back to GBI, which is, it's crippling. It's crippling for ES, because you'll see when someone else trains GBI. It won't be the same. You'll see. Number two, I'm taking over Marketing Carnival. When you see how big that's going to get, it hasn't even moved in the past 6 months. But when you see how big it gets, because we're working with my platform, my support team, and I'm going to pay all of you even more, depending on how much you want to get involved, then that is going to be a better revenue generating opportunity for you. Most importantly, you have a capitalistic friendly government now. Whether you believe in it or not, I know what I know about it. And so whether you believe it or not, we have a system where it's going to be a lot easier for you to make money internally. And I'm going to make Marketing Carnival not 300 reais a month, but I'm going to reduce it to 100 reais a month. Now, I'm going to curse, because I think, it's a FODA statement. Who the fuck cannot afford 100 reais a month? I mean, you can breastfeed a child for less than $100 a month, right? So $100, 100 reais, not dollars. So that we're looking at about $30 a month. That's the system. We'll have a few levels because we can do a few levels. I was a slave to the existing platform that never worked and never had a chance of working with what I had. Now, I'm very upset about that because my reputation is at stake. And I'm very upset about not having the monthly calls like we're promised, because I promised that from stage and I was assured that we would do that. But I can't go to the students and say, hey, it's not my fault. I have to take 100% responsibility, as I would want you to take it if you were in the same place. So I am not asking you to come with me. I'm asking you, where do you stand with me? And wherever you stand, I don't need to pay you. It wasn't my responsibility to pay you, but I'm going to pay you in training or in money, whatever you think you're owed. I'm not going to check because I don't know. I'm going to make sure you're whole. I'm going to make sure we start from scratch. And I'm thinking in 45 days, which is mid-March, I will be ready to launch it. Now, before then, I'm going to make some promises to the students. But I first need to know who my mentors are. I know who my managers are. I need to know who my mentors are, because if my mentors don't support me, then I don't have a chance. Then I have a corrupt government. And you know what a corrupt government looks like. One thing I love about Donald Trump is he says Americans prefer to walk their dogs, not eat their dogs. And socialism doesn't work. If you think it does, look at Venezuela. So I think he happens to be right. So I like to walk my dog too. I don't want to eat my dog. You know, it would be less than half a meal for me. She's very small. So we're not in a socialistic predicament. This is capitalism. And so you do the work, you get paid. And that's what I want to provide for you. And so I don't believe Brazil is a third world country. I think it's a first world country. I think there's a third world mindset, and I want to change that. And that's why I'm doing this. I should not be doing this. It's more headache for me than fun. But it'll take about a year. And if I'm in control of it, then I think we can really build it out and give Brazilians a chance they would have never had before. And there are people who are counting on me to do this, just the JV part of it, right? So if they get 3 people and their membership is free, get 3 and the membership is free, and it's 100 reais, not 300 reais. I get to control it. It's only me. There's no one else I'm sharing it with. I can afford that. And so I will pay the coaches the same amount of money, right? I'm making 1/3, but I'll pay the coaches the same amount, no problem. And we will build this out. And I just need to know who is on board. That's all I need to know. And if you're not, I have no judgment, but I'll get you paid so you're whole. That's why we're here. I'm very upset at my Thai friends at the restaurant because I wanted to be here on time, but despite the good meal, my mouth is burning right now because they put extra chili in the food as you know, revenge. But you know, I'll get over it. All I want you to know is I'm committed as long as I know you are. And if you're not, I'm okay with that. And I completely understand it because you have a right to be upset. My next step is to come up with the strategy. I'm giving you the intention and the purpose. Strategy is the third thing, which Veronica, you were talking about strategy basically. And I appreciate that. That's the next thing after I know who's on board. So I will work very, very fast. I'm going on a 1-week cruise in the Mexican Riviera with Sandra, whom you all know. And then I'll be back February 2nd, and I'm going to dedicate that entire month to Marketing Carnival after I find out who's all in. So that's what I'm looking for. Leo, you want to do any translation or any conversation based on that, or I'll go to more questions since everyone speaks English. I'm very grateful that you guys speak English. I wish my Portuguese was as good as your English. I was going to learn Portuguese. You know what stopped me was this bullshit with what happened. But I was learning 5 words every single week. And then I said, screw that. Why am I going to do that? You know, why? So now I can be motivated to learn Portuguese next time I come. Imagine if I train in Portuguese, people will flip out. I'm pretty smart. I can do it, you know. Especially, I can swear in Portuguese, but imagine if I taught in Portuguese, right?
Alguém precisa de esclarecimento de tradução de alguma coisa que não entendeu, alguma parte? No, Alex, all they are good. They are English speakers, man. I told you.
I have one thing final to say before Andre is você é foda, all of you guys, man. You guys are fucking badass, all right? All right, Andre, go ahead.
One thing I wanted you to know, Alex, is that we all were fighting for Marketing Carnival here on the stage. Before talking to you, we could talk to Leandro, and we've shown some possible ways to save the program, to improve the program, and to in a certain way promote Marketing Carnival and their mentor and its mentors. So I think I don't know, I can't say it for everyone, but I believe that everyone will be with you for the future. But by now, what I can say that it's a great team, and we were fighting for this program, and we have a lot of options to discuss later with you about strategies and new ways to improve and to make money here with this great program.
And I will tell you this, don't blame Leandro 100%. He is responsible. He is 100% responsible for this. And I told him that, but he's not guilty. He is not in control of his own company. And I've trained him, and he's been a student and a client, but you can't blame him. The company is to blame collectively. I know how committed all of you are. And what breaks my heart is that you've committed so much and you haven't gotten back what you were promised. And I'm going to change that. And I don't want you to believe me right now, but I refuse to allow untapped potential to be wasted. Because above all, with my children, with my friends, with my colleagues, with Leo, who works with me, that is the greatest sin, is someone who has the potential and doesn't tap into the full ability to express that. You have, I believe, again, I'm saying things that are controversial because you know your country better than me, but I know what I know. I believe you have a better government to allow you to have greater opportunity. I believe by me taking control, you have more opportunity by making this work, because I've done this many times and ES has never done it, ever. And I believe that we have the right mentors. I know we have the right managers, but I believe we have the right mentors because you're here. And so my goal is to find out who's still here, and whether you're here with us or not, I want to get you paid, and you got to be a good receiver. Now, I know you are a good giver, but you can't be a shitty receiver, which is a bad receiver. You can't do that, because then you clog and constipate the process, the circulation. So you have to be able to express to Leo Fernandez exactly what you believe you're owed. I want to get you paid in one of two ways, through training or through money. And, you know, the dollar is strong, so it doesn't hurt me any. I just want to get you paid completely. And it is not contingent, meaning it's not based on you working as a mentor. You cannot work ever again, and I'm happy to pay you. I just want to pay you for what you've done already, because you're owed that, and that's the right thing to do. So that's the way I know how to do business, and that's the way I know is the right thing to do. So I have nothing else to say. I'm thankful that you all made it here. And I tell you, Brazilians they're good-looking people, man. I'm looking at all of you guys. You guys, passion and great looks. It's your morning, it's my evening. And so I'll find out who's on board. And I'm not using that as a challenge. I'm just using that as a question, as an inquiry, so I know who I have, and then we'll go from there. And the reason I'm using Leo Fernandez as the hinge, or the hub, is because I work with him, you know, every day. I pay him. He works for me. He may be moving to the United States for a few months and actually living with me and cooking for my children. And cleaning the toilets, because he's not going to do it for free. So we'll see what happens.
You will starve, Alex, if you do that.
You know, he's funny, because I left him WhatsApp today, and I told him, I'm not going to pay you to live with me, okay? Whatever you do with me, I'm not going to pay you for it. And he thought I meant, I'm not going to pay you for the work you've done for Marketing Carnival. And he goes, okay, well, that's interesting, which is an American way of saying, fuck you. So he says, that's interesting. All right, I accept it. And I said, you misunderstood me, man. I said, if you live with me, I'm not going to pay you for the shit you do, because I'm not going to charge you for rent. But you are going to get paid for Carnival and everything else you do. You know, I don't say this lightly, and I apologize to the women, especially if you've experienced it. But one of the worst things in the world is the concept of being raped. It's not a sexual act, it's a violent act. And not getting paid is rape in business. I look at it that way. I have a very violent response to not getting paid. And not getting paid on time, to me, is just as bad. So you can ask Leo the only way he doesn't get paid is if he doesn't invoice me. So you have to get in the habit of invoicing. But I look at not getting paid as the worst of all violent acts in business that you could possibly think of. There is no excuse for it. There is absolutely zero explanation for it. If you're working, you deserve to get paid, and you deserve to get paid on time. And the only way we can have trust with each other is for you to get paid at the agreed amount on time. And so I have a big problem with that. And apparently that problem is not shared in Brazil in the same way that I share it, because I'm very dramatic with that, as you can tell. So that's what I want to take care of here. And so get your money, get paid what you believe you're owed, and then we are going to relaunch this in March. It's about 45 days from now. And all you need to do is say, I'm in, and that commitment will be for a certain time period. I'm thinking 6 months, and we will decide, what the amounts are going to be. Even if the dollar amount went down, I'm still going to pay you the same amount that was promised, which I believe is 150 reais per session, 5 to 8 people. My preference is to have 8 people instead of 5, because then I save money. But 5 is okay, and 8 is okay, in that range. So my goal is to make you as much money as humanly possible. You will be promoting it. You will have an affiliate link, and it will work. And we will have awards and most valuable joint venture partner, each and every month. I don't have to worry about where Leandro is and, what he's promoting. It's just me. So I'll do my meetings once with the group and once with all of you, and everything will be great. So it's much simpler now. And I had to do it the right way. I had to tell Leandro what my goal was, and he's going to get access to this recording. So he sees that I'm not talking behind his back. Now, everything I've said, I believe in, and I believe is true. So I'm not going to confuse friendship and business. He's still my friend, but we're not business partners. And I don't know how that sits with you, but it's possible, to be divorced in business and still be friends. Okay. And if no one has any questions, then we'll end it. If you do have questions, raise your hand and we'll go onward.
That's the time, guys. If you have questions, let Alex know.
Okay. Yes, Cecile.
Hi, Alex. My question is about the training you offer as an option with money or money. So can you be a bit clear on that? What you have something?
I'll be more specific. Yeah, the training I'm going to offer you is a training not just with me, but with Joe Vitale. It's $15,000 for the year, and you will get it in exchange for what's owed to you, whether you're owed 500 reais or 1,000 reais. You'll get the $15,000 course, and it goes for 12 months. I'm paying a mentor to mentor you, and I pay them 150 reais one-on-one per session. So it costs me money to do it. So that's what I'm offering you if you want it. It's called Zero Limits Mastery. And if you go to marketingonline.com/ZLM, you don't have to sign up for a discovery session, because that's where we sell you as a student, but that's what you're getting in exchange. And so that's what's on the table, no matter what you're owed.
Thank you, Alex. Is that for what we've done till yet, or is that for 1 year value?
That's what you've done until now. I'm going to pay you ongoing after March. Alex. Yeah, so great. After starting in April, I'll be paying you what I owe you, and that's the 150 reais per session.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Anybody else? It's a great training. I think you'll like it, but it's in English, so you'll learn English very well. Who else? Look at these sexy Brazilians, even the men, believe it or not. Who else? Anybody? Okay. I like Andre. It looks like he's in a hot tub or a spa or something. I like that background over there, wherever the hell he is. Anyway, he's Foda. He knows that. All right.
The hospital.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
I'll take my wife and my new boy home today.
Okay, very good. You're in the hospital and you have new life and you're here. So I'm very proud of you. Very good. Okay. All right, gang. Very proud of you. Thank you for, giving me another chance. I'm not guilty, but I am responsible. So I think you know the timeline, and you'll get with Leo Fernandez and I'll know who's on board, and then we'll make our agreements and we'll move forward mid-March. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.